Hi, I'm Danny, and today I will be doing the Book Tower Challenge. I believe this book tag was made by Joel Books back in 2013, which is even older than my channel. Essentially, this tag is you have to find a list of 20 books, and I'm going to discard any books that I don't have, which should only be a classic and a non-fiction, because I don't have either one of those. And basically, if you do all the questions, your total should be 20 points, but since I'm going to take away 2, my max total will be 18 points. So you have to find things such as the first book in this series, a book with a sky on it, a #1 bestseller, your newest book, your smallest book, etc. So you're going to have to try to find all these books within 4 minutes. And I already have my timer set for 4 minutes. And within these 4 minutes, I have to find all these books and put them in alphabetical order. This is going to be quite a stretch, and I highly doubt I will get all 18 of my points, but we will see. While I may not say the complete title of what the questions are at the end of the video, whether I get the points or I don't, I will name what books I picked for which and whether or not I got points for them. So we are going to start right now. Okay, first book in the series, Twilight. Second book in the second series, Crown of Midnight. A blue book. Blue. Ooh. Diamonds in the Rough. A book that has 7 letters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Furious. A book I have never read. 6 of Crows. A book with a sky on it. Okay, sky. Ooh, Thousand Nights. An author whose name starts with a D. D. I don't think I have any D's. Oh, I'm gonna go with the ebook, Daniel Page. Okay, book with a classic and nonfiction. Those are the 2 I'm skipping. A book that has 4 or more colors on the spine. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Firewalker. Okay guys, I am refilming this last part because my camera died on me while I was trying to put the books in alphabetical order. So I'm going to go through the books that I did get points for, and I got 15 books total, and I did not get 3 of the books. Okay, so we're gonna go through this, but instead of going through the order that I read it, I'm going to go through the order that I have it stacked through ABC order. So my first one is the book with the sky on it, and I went with A Thousand Nights by E.K. Johnson. And as you can see here, that is all the night sky, so plenty of sky in that cover. For a book with an epilogue, I went with City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. For the bestseller, I went with really any of Sarah J. Maas's books, but I grabbed Crown of Midnight. For a book that is a spin-off, I went with Dangerous Creatures by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. This is the spin-off to the Beautiful Creature series. For the book with the face on it, I went with Dead House by, I can't pronounce this author's name, I'm going to post it right there. For my second book in a different series, I went with Diamonds in the Rough. This is the sequel to The Secret Diamond Sisters. For my book with 4 more colors on the spine, I went with Firewalker by Josephine Angeli. For a book that has 7 letters in the title, no more, no less, I went with Furious by Jill Wolfson. For my book with a sequel coming out next year, I went with Queen of Shadows. The next book is unnamed yet, but the next book and the book after that, which should be coming out next year, is unnamed yet, so I cannot give you a name or even a date when that book should be coming out. For my book with made-up words, I went with Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and I cannot remember what words were made up, although I do know there were a few, such as like city names and certain, I believe it was the profanities that were made up, but there were other made-up words also. For a book I have never read, I went with 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. For an author whose last name begins with the same of mine, which would be B, I went with The Witch Hunter by Virginia Bosner. For my newest book, that would be Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. For my first book in a series, I went with Twilight. Okay, now for the 3 books that I did not get points for. For my smallest book, which unfortunately I did not get points for, that would be YOLO Juliet. Very, very tiny, both in size and page number. For my book that was published 10 or more years ago, I went with Savage Beloved by Cassie Edwards. This was published in 2006, and because it is 2016, that is exactly 10 years ago. And for my author whose first name begins with the same as mine, which would be D, I went with Dorothy Must Die by Daniel Page. Well, that is my book tower challenge, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!